Hello. Today I want to talk about epilepsy, or specifically my experience of epilepsy, which started around 6 years ago when I had episodes of forgetfulness and blanks in my memory. The first one I recall was when we came home from shopping one day and I dumped the shopping on the worktop in the kitchen and suddenly asked if I worked. Did I have a job? Because I couldn't remember. It turned out I worked at university where I taught English, and I was amazed by this. I couldn't even operate the computer to check my email to confirm that I was a teacher. Anyway, I accepted that I was, and I went back to teaching. No specific seizures were actually witnessed, so it was difficult to diagnose. But the GP referred me to a neurologist, and again, with no specific seizures witnessed, he couldn't give a clear diagnosis. He thought possibly epilepsy, possibly a mini stroke. Since then, there have been more blanks in my memory, mainly autobiographical information. It's just gone completely from my memory. I don't remember doing things in the past. And eventually, the neurologist suggested an EEG. That was to be done after 24 hours of sleep deprivation. So I stayed awake all night, then caught a bus into town to the neurology department where this EEG was conducted, and a seizure was witnessed. Obviously not by me, because it happened as I was falling asleep. I was originally put on a low dose of Epilim to try to control the seizures. This has continued over the years and the dosage was increased, but Epilim causes, for me anyway, a tremor, drowsiness and an unsteady gait, which I found quite upsetting, as I don't think I'm that old. I was in denial. I did not accept that I had epilepsy. I couldn't understand what was happening to me. Anyway, over the months and years, the neurologist has tried different medications, all with side effects. I don't seem to tolerate medication very well. I've had side effects ranging from conjunctivitis to skin rashes, from aggression to suicidal thoughts. This time last year, I spent practically the whole month of January hiding under the duvet cover because everything smelt so badly and I couldn't face food. I don't seem to cope with more than 500 milligrams twice daily. That's the reason the neurologist suggested I try other medications, but then, as I say, they didn't work. So how has this epilepsy affected me? Well, from being a hopefully competent and confident teacher of academic English, I now have problems with self-confidence and I have panic attacks. These panic attack, I have problems with words as well. These panic attacks, from being a hopefully competent, from being a hopefully competent and confident teacher of academic English, I now have problems with self-confidence and I suffer panic attacks. I actually had about 3 attempts to record that bit, maybe even more, because I have problems getting words out sometimes. And if there are words like competent and confident, it's difficult for me. But I got it eventually. Stress also makes my tremor worse. And in fact, the main triggers for seizures are stress, alcohol, and lack of sleep. accepting all of this and talking about it has enabled me to get past that point of denial. And I can accept that I need that medication and deal with it. Everyone's epilepsy is different. Everyone's ability to tolerate medication is different, whether they take one particular medication, as I do now, or whether they manage epilepsy with a cocktail of medications. It's different. And the triggers are different. So please, when someone says they have epilepsy, don't judge them. My pet hate is when people say, "Oh, you look perfectly fit to me," but you don't know what's going to happen to you. I'm lucky. I can't believe I just said that. I'm lucky. I don't have tonic-clonic seizures. I don't fall to the ground, well, except for once. I don't have seizures where I fit and have convulsions. It seems to me that what I have is seizures as I fall asleep. The electrical activity in my brain happens then. It tires me out for maybe 2 days afterwards. I realise the next morning, and sadly it wipes out some of my memories. That is the thing that I find particularly sad, particularly difficult. I'm sorry if I've gone on a little bit in this, and I hope I'll be able to do another video about epilepsy. I certainly will try to, if people respond in any way to this, and if I find there's an audience for it, or we'll see what the comments are, if any. Thank you for listening.